This is a podcast about having the courage and commitment to follow your dreams and live life on your own terms. Join us for important conversations about the stuff that matters most. It is possible to have it all. It just takes some reprogramming and the conscious, consistent decision to do the work. May this podcast help awaken your deepest self, that you may remember the infinite power you hold within and be a catalyst for change in your respective community and industry. It's time to shine. Rise, Lightworker, rise. Welcome to another episode of Big Talk Light Talk, and today we have another guest on the show. She is the founder of Daloy Movement Dance Company, and she is also a tarot card reader and an energy healer. Welcome to the show, Ea Torado. Yay!
Hi everyone. Hi Raya and Reacher Astra online community. I'm very happy to be here. I am sorry you may hear some construction. That's from our neighbors, but I hope you can hear my audio just fine.
It sounds fine. And as you came on the show, I just wanted to say, yung light at your back,
Uh-oh.
it formed a big heart shape.
Wow. Wow, salamat.
So that's a
It's a
good
sign. It's a sign.
it's a good sign. So I guess I would like to begin by saying or going back to your history. And you were recruited as a professional dancer from a young age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you share a bit of how that was like? And then I'm just curious, how did energy healing and tarot reading come into play and become a big part of your life?
Um, I think I was 7 when I started formal ballet training. Like, it's just something that I was really drawn to at a very young age. And then I loved it so much at around 12, 13. My family was like, we need to stop. It's very expensive. But lo and behold, when I was, I think 12, yeah, parang we saw a post from Ballet Manila that they're giving scholarships to young adolescents, and because of that, so ayun, nag-audition ako and then I got in. I thought it's gonna be the same, like, oh, every weekend you're gonna go to ballet class and then you're gonna have a recital, except that this time it's free. Apparently that whole, scholarship is to train you talaga for professional dancing. So yun, I did that. So it was every day, it was 6 hours at least per day. I was doing that with school. I didn't have a normal, adolescent life because of that. But I think by 15, 16, I was earning money from doing a lot of shows, and it was my world. Like, I became like a professional ballerina, even before I hit 20 years old. And then I was working with a lot of also contemporary dance choreographers, parang ganyan. Um, yeah, tawag dun, parang it was a very young age that I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna dedicate my whole life, my whole body to do it, and everything else is secondary. So I had that laser-like focus. And I feel like, yun nga, parang when you train to be a professional dancer, it's like being an athlete, you do need, alam mo yun, talagang ganun siya.
A lot
But
of
in my early
discipline.
a lot of discipline, a lot of rigor, and a lot of like single-minded, thinking, ganyan. And a lot of talagang parang this is the path, ganyan. Um, which was amazing. I would say in my early 20s, I was dancing lead roles and soloist roles and principal dancer roles. Um, yeah, but parang before I hit 25, I was really, really confused kasi I'm unhappy, I am dissatisfied. It does feel like um, I can't do company work anymore or ballet. Yung parang nagdo-dawn sa akin na, why am I doing ballet? Like, it's so freaking hard. And also, parang there is something there. And at saka yung parang maaga na rin yung umuusbong sa akin na I want more contemporary dancing, more improvisation. I want to do my own work, choreograph my own work. So, yun, parang I danced professionally with Ballet Manila and then Ballet Philippines. And here's my cat.
Oh, so cute.
Garfield. It's like Garfield, but feel like feelings.
Garfield.
Garfield. Ano ba?
So
Very Pinoy
cute.
humor. um, yeah, and then
The
so
heart is flashing again sa likod mo. So cute. Yeah. Go on.
is it really doing that, or is it your like clairvoyance?
Well, we'll know when we watch the video back, but yeah.
Yeah, and then I think right before I was like my Saturn return 26, 27, like it was really dark for me. But I think, I've suffered with depression kind of several times in my life, and also again growing up in the ballet world, having a lot of body dysmorphia and body issues and really low self-worth and all of that, to transition to wanting to become my own person, wanting to carve my own path, be a choreographer over being just a dancer. Um, Yun, parang I eventually formed Daloy Dance Company so that it's a platform so that I could be a creative and I could be a director. Um, yeah, actually, the same year as that, so 10 years ago, was when I started, to have my tarot cards read by my mentor, and then eventually, have friends or a group of friends who are into energy healing, and I started doing that. Um, and the whole tarot card reading and energy healing was something that I needed to really do on a personal level while my career was, starting or booming as a contemporary choreographer, because it felt overwhelming. And what does it mean to be an artist? What does it mean to lead the group? What does it mean to find my own movement language or really investigate what do I want dancing to mean to me now? What does it mean to heal from body dysmorphia? My super, I think I was 19. I was also diagnosed with anorexia, and that was something that I dealt with for years, like with a lot of shame and denial. That I would say, there's still remnants of that that I see myself go through in my 30s. So, yun. So parang the whole forming a dance company and then getting into these healing and spiritual practices, parang it happened organically because I needed them on a deeply personal level. Um, Ayun, tapos Daloy movement came about as, alam mo yun, parang it's a practice for me to connect with improvisation and play and realizing that the body is, a very unique, wild, um, perfectly imperfect, beautiful thing. Parang that you can move and you can celebrate through your own movement. Um, ayun. So, uh, and ngayon, nandito tayo. This is the 10th going on 11th year that I'm doing the mga tarot, tsaka energy healing, at tsaka also Daloy. Um,
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank
That's a
you.
big milestone.
It
10.
is, it is. I feel like I'm in this recalibration again na parang, what does it mean to want to continue for another 10 years? Yung parang ganun. Like, or who have I evolved into now? What is my relationship to these practices now? And wala pa akong sagot. So I'm just been, allowing myself to simmer and sit with those questions actually.
Wow. So that's where you're at. It's a good place to be. I wanted to ask, how was transitioning from a dancer to being a choreographer like? Was it hard? Was it easy?
For me, it was hard. It was both. Parang ganun. Parang the easy part is, it's a different kind of excitement. Yung parang ganun. Because it's new. Yung parang ganyan. Um, but the hard part is, I don't know, there's just so much pressure. Parang in let's say, the Western cultures, there are conservatories for dance. Some people will go to college or master's degree for these specific programs in contemporary dance or contemporary choreography, and I didn't have that path. And also 10 to 15 years ago, we don't have that many schools here that does that. So it felt like, okay, I'm a dancer, I've had a lot of experiences with choreographers, and now I have this fire within me na I want to be the artist, yung parang ganun. I don't want to use my body as clay and then somebody else is sculptor. Like, I want to be a sculptor, yung parang ganun. um, the hard part is there's so much pressure around it, yung ganyan. And again, yun nga, parang coming from a rigid ballet background, my head operates in either something is right or something is wrong, and perfectionistic and really critical. So that was hard. Yun, alam mo yun, parang I think doon nakatulong pero matagal na proseso din, the whole energy healing work and tarot reading, to have a better relationship with that militaristic, critical voice in the head. Parang ganyan. Yun.
That comes with the ballet training territory, the perfectionism,
Super, super. Because
the
it's such a rigid,
rigidity.
yeah. It's such an ideal Western standard, Eurocentric, form or standard of beauty. Parang ganyan. And I was in that world. So ayun, it was really tough. So when I was trying to break away from that world, parang it took also many years to break away from, or to decondition my mind from
Yeah, the
program.
conditioning, no? And the
Yeah, yeah,
programming. So that
yeah.
was where a lot of healing came in.
Super, super, super. Um,
Why Daloy?
Beautiful question. Dalo is Tagalog for flow. I think when I was conceptualizing, okay, dance company and a name at that time with a close group of friends. Um, parang I realized that I have experiences of super enjoying dancing again, super enjoying being in my body, when I hit moments of, oh my god, I'm in a flow state, and it's not within a choreography. It's not within technique. Like, it's literally being so present in present time, that I have this, that I feel like I'm tapping into a memory of my body dancing before I even learned to speak. Like a flailing around little kid, and is just dancing and moving, and yeah. So parang yun, parang I feel like I've experienced that, in my 20s, with several, yun nga, yung parang nung natapos na ako mag ballet company work, and I was like finding my way through, joining different independent groups, knowing people, networking, going abroad for a while, workshops, festivals, tapos parang realizing na yun, may mga practices na that could get you there, like it's somatic based, it's visceral, it just connects you. So, yun, I thought, wow, this is such a flow feeling, ganyan. Kaya naisip ko, Daloy, ganyan, Tagalog for flow. Um, and at the same time, at that time, I feel I have this budding interest to make works that are about the Filipino psychology or the Filipino experience, yung parang ganyan, or anything that could be related to Filipino culture. I think I still have that interest. So that's probably why, alam mo yun, parang I was like, yeah, let's use a Tagalog word. Ayun.
Ganda. Um,
Suddenly, how about
nakalimutan ko.
you? Can you share with me, how did you get into energy healing and channeling work? Um, yeah, what was your story and your background? And also, I mean, you're also teaching improvisation based, movement based, um, workshops, ganyan, or sessions. So, how did parang what was the trajectory from some kind of,
So the energy healing came into the picture when um I I was really in a I guess I was not aligned, and then it was like everything crumbled down because I wasn't living in alignment. I don't know, but it was like, I guess, a dark night of the soul, they would say. But I was in a really bad place, and then I discovered energy healing. I found this center, and then I was just so fascinated with their offerings, like may Akashic record, ganyan, quantum, ganyan, ganyan. Quantum Healing Center, yung name ng center. And then, I don't know, it just resonated with me and parang may remembrance in me.
Mm.
And then that's when I started the rabbit hole of, oh, okay, remembering na, as a kid, I used to be intuitive
Mm.
pala. I always used to be interested in all these other things, which I shut down or put aside in order to be normal or in order to fit in.
Mm.
So I rediscovered all of that, and ayun, nag snowball na from there, and then they're remembering na, this is what I want to do, or I want to hold space for people. It's mostly holding space for people.
Mm.
And I guess if you see someone going through a tough time, parang, I don't know, there's that pull in me to want to help them if they're
Mm.
willing, parang to get out of that place.
Mm. Mm.
Which you reminded me of my question. How did you discover that you were an intuitive or a channeler?
Wow, beautiful question. I agree with the dark night of the soul. I think I've had several of the dark nights of the soul. Ano, tawag dun, even as alam mo yun, as I just had way too much probably also, even when I was way younger. And I do remember, okay, there's a particular moment I was so burnt out, so tired. I was like mentally, physically, spiritually. It was so hard to run a company, a dance company, and then parang 2 years or even 3 years in, mga ganun, 2 to 3 years in, alam mo yun, we're going abroad, ganyan, and it's my name there, and I'm working with dancers, everyone's on a payroll, and things are getting big, there's media, and then, okay, all of that. But it was interesting how I was dealing with such deep imposter syndrome, and I couldn't sleep at night. It was like the ball is gonna drop one way, shape or form, and I have to be ready for it. Alam mo yun, yung parang I could just, alam mo yun, instead of sleeping, like I would watch a video of the previous rehearsals, and I would have 100 notes for the dancers and for me, and it was just awful. And it was, looking back, yun nga, imposter syndrome and deep insecurity and deep fear, yung parang ganyan, of not being able to handle it, ganon, or parang the fear of I can't maintain it. Um, and so I kept working hard, and we kept working hard, and we're not resting at all. Um, but hanggang sa naubos na ako, and then finally my boyfriend at that time is like, let's just go, just 2 days, in Calatagan, let's just do it. So we go, and I tried to be not on social media at all. It was a full moon. And then I remember just, I hardly spoke the whole day because I'm so tired. But then I'd find moments where in may iyak na lang ako, yung parang ganun, because I feel like so many problems, parang ganyan. And then I was looking at the moon, and then I stood up and I started to dance. And then it was like, wow, the most no pressure dancing. It was like praying, and I was dancing, and just, later on tears are coming out of my eyes, and then I'm also wailing from time to time or making a sound, and then hours passed, and I'm not kidding, like, again, I mean, I didn't plan to dance, I don't want to dance, I was at that point where I hate this shit, I should just become a dentist or something. Yung parang ganon. Sobrang galit na ako sa kanya, so parang I wasn't dancing, but it felt like something came through me and something else is dancing me. And so parang the crying, para siyang naging, as in, yeah, tuloy-tuloy lang ako, and I couldn't stop. And it felt so cathartic. It felt like I'm I'm dancing just for me. Alam mo yun, in this very private space, and that I don't have to be beautiful for anyone, and that I don't have to be perfect, and then I don't need to there's nothing. Like it's just like really moving. And I felt so alive and I felt so spirited. And I think mga ano na, alam mo yun, like sobrang mag-uumaga na nung natapos. And that really shook me. Actually, yun yung parang na-realize ko how this is so healing. This is so beautiful as an experience. Um, and that really made me decide to how to teach this, para how do you how do you teach others to get in that state, so that it could potentially heal them or let them self-discover or self-understand or even self-forgive. Yun. So, um, yeah, ayun. I forgot what your question is. I babbled.
No, no,
Sorry.
no. I think when did you realize you were an intuitive
Okay,
or
yeah, okay. So that happened. Um, I think that's when it started. Yung parang feeling ko, that's not me. Yung parang ganun. And that's not choreographed
mm,
movements. That even felt more than improvisation. That felt like a conversation with something that I feel but I don't see. And I'm intuiting every movement as I go.
mm,
And yun. And I started to dedicate like teaching that more. Kasi parang meron akong obsessive tendency also when I like something, like I will just go, yung parang ganun. And I would usually teach so that I could learn it more, parang ganun. Parang I teach a lot in that, conversation, parang ganyan. Yun, and so eventually parang naging spine talaga ng work is intuition. Yung parang ganyan. Your intuition is your best teacher. So the practice is to listen so deeply into your intuition that it moves you. Yung parang ganyan. And you're so in your body. And I think over the years of practicing that, parang my tarot reading got really sharp. My energy healing work got really sharp, and the channeling work. Um, yeah, ayun. I was kind of iffy to call myself na I'm an intuitive, yung parang ganyan for some time. Kasi feeling ko it's just something that you do, yung parang ganun, and you connect with it as you're offering a space or holding space for someone. Um, but yeah, parang I would say since the pandemic, and yun nga, I outed myself as an intuitive and as a channeler. Um, Parang mas komportable na rin. At saka feeling ko the word um, makes it easier for people also to understand. Parang, okay, ano yung magiging relationship when you hold space for them? Parang ganyan. Ano exactly yung service? Um, yeah, ayun.
So to answer your question kanina, paano nag-start yung body love free movement for me? For me naman, not a professional dancer by any means. But it started when I noticed na my body was holding a lot of pain
Mm,
from things we pick up, and na I noticed na, oh, sometimes it feels good to just move it a certain way and to
mm,
just let it lead and to
mm,
just let it flow, your word, in order to release.
yeah.
And it's like a form of meditation for me, but like a moving meditation, a conscious moving meditation.
Mm,
Yun.
yeah,
Um, you're very much an empath, correct?
I am. Yeah.
Do you find that you pick up a lot of other people's feelings, emotions, things? And then in your journey, parang did you discover that you were doing that and you had to learn how to be an empath? I know you have a program that's something like it, that
Yeah.
helps to guide other people dealing with or struggling with also being an empath.
Yeah. I mean, my answer to that is yes and yes. Super. I absorb energies a lot. I absorb energies from places. I absorb energies from people. I absorb energies from conversations. Um, sometimes even when I'm sleeping, like I absorb, like it's such, ano, tawag dun, back when I still didn't know how to handle it or what to do with it or how to draw energetic boundaries, ganyan, even in my sleep and even in spiritual and astral realm, alam mo yun, there's so many that are hanging out, that are unwanted, that are uninvited. Um, yeah, oo, parang malaking bagay yun. I would say I took online during the pandemic. I really took time to be interested in energetic boundaries and energy work um, that is outside of super, like, oh, this is super spiritual or this is super woo-woo, yung parang ganun. So one teacher that resonated with me is Jeffrey Allen. um, there is still a lot of spirituality in his energy practice, but then parang gusto ko yung he breaks it down into such a way that anyone can do it, yung parang ganun, and it could be simple and it could be really practical, yung parang ganyan, and it could even like not take a lot of time, yung parang ganun. Yeah, so it resonated so much with his work, and I took like online workshops with him. And yun, so parang after nun, I think mas nag-strengthen yung belief ko na iba talaga kapag marunong ka mag-energy boundaries or kapag regular din your energetic hygiene. Yung parang ganyan. That you're doing even simple exercises to clean your auric field, to center your chakras again, to even, alam mo yun, simple things such as if you're feeling overwhelmed or pulled in different directions, or you're talking to someone with a strong personality and you're just, yung parang lumalabo yung mata mo, like a simple thing such as saying your name 3 times, yung parang ganun, in your head, could bring your energy back, yung parang ganun.
Back
Or
to
say things,
you by
oo,
saying your
oo, oo.
name.
Yeah, yeah. As in, sobrang nag-make sense siya. Tapos parang, alam mo yung, di ba sa witches, spell casting, interesting din yun. Kasi actually, a lot of it is just stating, and the energy of the voice, alam mo yun, of your own voice, even inside your head, yung parang ganyan, to remind yourself of such things. Yung parang ganyan. So, kunwari, you probably know this, but when you're just imagining, okay, I'm cutting or releasing this cord, you can use your hand, and then eventually can say things such as, I am a sovereign energetic being, and I am now released from expired emotional ties. Yung parang ganon. I am now free, and I am now settled right at the center of my being. Parang ganon. Like, as in, kahit ganon lang na mag-mantra ka sa utak mo, sa puso mo, parang, wow, ang laking difference. So, yun, yung parang, it's been a good 3 years now that I've been in practice of ano nga ba yung energetic hygiene, paano maging habit talaga every day na maglinis, at saka magsabi ng, okay, eto yung mga hindi sa akin, bye, I send you love. Yung parang ganun. Pero yung sa akin, pa-process ko. Yung parang, kapag hindi sa akin, tatanggalin ko. Yung parang ganun. Yeah, tas ang laking diferensya, sobra. As in parang naramdaman ko yung mas may energy ako magturo, mas may energy ako mag-facilitate, mas may energy ako mag-socials, yung parang gano'n. Mas may energy ako mag-create, yung ganyan. Mas may, mas, mas parang nakakatch ko na kapag pag blurry or parang cloudy, tapos pag naglinis ka ng energy center sa eyes or dito or sa ears, or sa puso, yung parang ang bilis din ng effect niya. Like within a minute, you're like, oh, my energy is back to myself. Yung parang ganun. So yun, ayun. I think ang lalim nung sabihin nating empathy as a gift, but at the same time, may burden din ng babae, Filipina. We have to be service-oriented. We have to be nice. We have to be good. Or it could be religious indoctrination also, This,
Programming din, no?
yeah, goodness or some sort of purity, yung parang ganun. So it's so much uh, deconditioning out of guilt, to say, I'm not gonna do that shit. That shit, that's not my shit. Yung parang ganun. And to start to go, parang you can still pala hold space and you can love and you can care, but also parang sentrado ka, yung parang ganun.
With boundaries.
Guilty.
With
Oo.
healthy, loving boundaries.
Yes, super. Yun. yeah, and ano rin siya, like process and practice, but super important, as in.
I love the word energetic hygiene, and I can't stress that enough as well.
Yeah.
What would you say is your life purpose?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Um, my answer is I've grown to believe that there isn't one purpose. Yun. Yung parang ano, parang life is too big to just have one. And whenever I go, there's just one. It feels like it's a very monolithic story. Parang ganun. And also because when I was young and I was like before 10, I was like ballet is gonna be my world. I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna be a prima ballerina. That's my life. Yung parang ganun. And then being so disillusioned and sad in my early 20s to think that I've changed, it was so shocking. It was like, alam mo yung parang talagang maaano ka na parang how can that happen? You know, I devoted my life to this and how can I change, right? Yung parang ganun. And then now I'm just in the mode of actually change is a universal scientific fact. Like you have to change and every day you're changing. So parang it's okay to have a change of interests or have a change of pace, yung ganun, a place, yung ganyan, loves. So, hmm,
For now.
yeah, for now, I'm really enjoying being an artist and really enjoying that um, that I am a purveyor of art in the form of tarot. Alam mo yun, or that there's also art in energy work. There's an art to holding space for others. Parang ganyan. That the contemporary choreographies that I do, even though it's not mainstream, like it's an art form that I hold close to my heart and gives me meaning. And at the same time, parang nandito ako ngayon din sa, while I say all of that, because they constitute to, yun yung mga ginagawa ko. Like if I'm asked, what do you do? I would say those things. I'm also at the mode where I'm stepping away and going, actually, all of those things are a part of my life. And I think for me, like the greatest work of art is your life. Yung parang ganun. If you can construct it and live it in a beautiful way, in a way that works for you, that gives you meaning, that parang may mga sahog siya na gusto mo talaga, yung parang ganun. Natututo
How
ka, like parang,
beautiful.
parang, parang yun, like sobrang, yun, para sa akin. And I think kaya rin ako dumating dito kasi nung nako-connect ko siya sa utak ko na, yun nga, being so dedicated at this very white-centered notion of beauty or what art is, ganyan. Nung kumawala ako doon, sobrang shocks. Ganun din pala our notions of what success is or what are we were conditioned to think of what success is. I mean, with so much fame and so much money, or like a house with a picket fence or kids at a certain age, or being
Mm,
married, being chosen as the
mm,
one. Yung parang ganun. Like it's so
mm.
templated. So, yun. So parang nandun ako ngayon sa just you throw that all away, like if that works for other
I
people, like
love that.
what's important is, you know, you're creating your own life, parang ganun, and it's an art to you. So
Your
yun,
life is your art. That's
yeah,
beautiful. I love that so
your most
much.
important art, I think. Yeah, yeah,
Aw.
yeah.
I love how you were able to incorporate all that you love, the dance, the tarot card, the energy healing into what you do. And I love to share the your mission in your website. He said, "My mission is to share dance, meditation, and energy healing as tools for learning and embodying spirituality and higher consciousness in ways that are grounded in practical, inspire others to fully own their divine radiance, and serve the world from a place of compassion, loving kindness, and joy." That's beautiful.
Thank you for reading that. Parang nakalimutan ko na sinulat ko yan. Pero yes. sinulat natin last year. But nasabi ko lang yun dahil, alam mo yun, alam mo naman tayo, present, ganyan. Ay, oo nga pala, sinulat ka yan. Ay, nasa website nga pala yan. But yeah, I agree with those things in the website. It's just my first time to hear someone else read it back to me. So it's like,
That's
thank you.
beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with us. I really appreciate it.
Raya, thank you. Thank you. This is, I hope mag-catch up tayo. Kahit tayo lang. I hope you come to the Philippines. I hope we meet finally in person. And I appreciate you and I commend you for, doing this, sharing this with the world. That's a beautiful thing. And sandali, may I ask, what is your life purpose? How about you?
Alam mo, napaisip ako dun sa sinabi mo eh. Kaya I asked that kasi I'm also wondering what my life purpose is kasi it always used to be about to serve others or to serve the world. But maybe you are right that maybe there isn't just one life purpose. But yeah. But I guess for me is to spread love and to spread joy for now. And
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to hold space for other people who need it and
Yeah.
want it.
I'm glad that you're doing it. Thank you so much. Mhm.
Thank you, Aya. I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
I am here for you. Together, let's go into the deepest dive within yourself you've ever had. May you own your power, master your magic, and let your light shine fully and unapologetically in this lifetime. I hope my work will awaken something inside of you. May you find your bliss now, here on earth.
You are strong, you are beautiful, you are powerful, you are unstoppable, you are kick-ass, you are amazing, you are loved, and you are loved. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are kind, you are unstoppable, you are powerful, you are kick-ass, you are amazing, and you are loved. You are compassionate, you are kind, you are strong, you are beautiful, you are powerful, you are kick-ass, you are amazing, and you are loved. Yes, you are loved. Let's make miracles together. I want us to light up this world. Humanity needs us now more than ever. Please step up to the call. You are a pivotal piece to the puzzle. Remember that, my dearest light worker. You are not alone. There are many of us light workers around you. Come and find us. Together, let's light up this earth.